Jumped him early. Little bloop. Little guards ball. Torkelson with a knock, runners in scoring position. Tigers win an ugly one. Tasted their own medicine. 2-1 nail-biter postseason baseball.
Score when you can, however you can.
That's right. And little Zach McKinstry bunt of all things later in the game to give him the go-ahead run.
Again, they did things yesterday that we thought that they should have done earlier. Like play some small. If you can't make contact, then can you lay down a bunt?
Well, there's a lot of the old school baseball crowd that's been calling for it. Come on, AJ. Come on. If the bats are going to be this cold,
yeah,
a bunt isn't the worst thing in the world.
Well, and it's okay. Would you rather have? And I'm just going to use Riley Green because he's got over 200 strikeouts. Would you rather have a strikeout or
a productive out?
A productive out where you move a guy from first to second or second to third, or as the case yesterday, from third to cross the plate.
The bunt is largely dying because you're only playing for one run. But in a game specifically like this with Skubal on the mound, where one run might be and was enough, you put away your pride and you put the numbers aside and you say, yeah, I'm going to give away outs, which managers hate to do. That's why the bunt is dying or dead. AJ put aside that and just said, what do I got to do to win today? He broke from his norms based on the game to win. That's what a great manager does.
Yeah.
And that's a great performance from Skubal. That's a gutty, grimy, gritty even. We haven't seen a lot of that from the Tigers lately. Way to win. And to give Cleveland, like, they had to be so sick. Really, we're going to lose on a bunt? Yeah, the stuff you've been doing to people for 100 games.
Yeah, let's go back to the sixth inning of the last Skubal start where the ball doesn't leave the infield and they score 3 runs.
They're going, hold on, we butcher a ball in the outfield and it leads to the first run. Yeah, welcome to everybody else's life when they play you guys. So that was very satisfying to win that game.
But that's playoff baseball. You make one mistake and a team makes you pay for it. That's where the Tigers did something that they haven't done in weeks. Inning number 1, they make a routine, a single to the right fielder. All of a sudden, he boots it and Carp's on second.
Yep.
Now you got to make them pay, and they did.
So we've brought up yesterday and how you're feeling, and really the question is, does it impact how you're feeling about today and beyond? Because they're going to play another game today against Cleveland, and they don't have the benefit of having Tarek Skubal take the mound and throw 7+ innings of near perfect baseball.
No, but they do have a guy that's pitched well against them.
Casey Mize this year, 2 ERA in the 3 starts against Cleveland. So I don't like their chances still. I'd like to focus on the baseball and not as Jim Mean or a wet blanket, but we can take those texts if that's the direction people want to go today. I just want to know, is it okay to have doubts? What's wrong with having doubts given the way that these two teams play one another?
Oh, I have doubts. I just have the confidence that they're going to find a way to get it done today. And it's not going to be easy. No one.
I will never put words in your mouth again, John. Sorry.
It's going to be a nail biter. But that's what you don't have. Okay, the Dodgers yesterday, they open up with the Shohei Ohtani home run. He hits 2. They got another player that hits 2. That was an easy win. That is the outlier. You don't have those games in the postseason. A vast majority of them are going to be nail biters. That's what it's going to be today.
Ticket text. I'm not afraid of Cleveland's offense. I'm afraid of our offense. The September bat slump is still happening, and I'm afraid of our crappy bullpen, which we're going to rely more on without Skubal. I didn't write that text, but I agree with that text.
Yeah, there's doubts.
If no one thinks they can win a 7-game series, isn't that a terrible sign for the job that Harris did? It's a separate conversation, but yes.
Yes.
Marcella McComb, Costa's the buddy you'd never invite back to watch a game because he's negative regardless of if they won or not.
Yeah. You know what? We had that was the topic last week.
The wet blanket.
You're the wet blanket.
You texted me after the game, and you had like adrenaline pumping through your veins.
There were a lot of exclamation points in that text.
And I was thrilled too. And then the sun comes up and we got to move forward and look forward. And do I have confidence they win today? No, I don't. That doesn't mean I was a wet blanket during the game or I'm some kind of bad person or fan. Or
No, but your take was, okay, they won today, but they're still going to lose the series.
Yeah?
Wet blanket. Tigers in 2.
248-539-9797. You're able to overlook a lot of the things I'm just not able to overlook.
I'm not overlooking them. I know that there's problems in the bullpen. I know that Casey Mize has had a roller coaster season. I know all those things. I know that the Bats, even though they won yesterday, the Bats were not fired up.
I am a little almost blown away that you still doubt that they'll win the series. That you don't think they'll win the series.
I don't. Where's your confidence coming from? Let's reverse
they're
this.
Favored. No team's ever blown this.
Okay, but no team had ever blown a 15.5 game lead in the division, so don't set me up for that. I'm asking you baseball reasons. Argue the baseball conversation, not what the books think, not what you want to happen as a fan. Hey, TIT, baby. Show me the baseball work that says they're winning today and tomorrow.
These teams are very similar offensively. I don't think we're holding enough against Cleveland's offense.
Who is better equipped to manufacture the grimy run?
Cleveland is.
Okay. That's what's going to take to win the series,
but
yes?
to win 2 games. That's where I'm like that.
So you think Cleveland could win today?
Yeah,
but you don't think Cleveland will win tomorrow with Flaherty on the mound, the worst of Detroit starters, who's more than capable of giving up a soft serve home run in the first 4 innings?
Okay, so
see, it starts to unravel the longer it
Jim,
goes.
You said earlier in the show that you think both games are a toss-up.
Sure.
In my world, my belief is the Tigers will win one of the toss-ups.
But who's built to win toss-ups in playoff baseball better? The team with the super pen and the black magic, or the Tigers?
Well, they have the worst batting average to enter the postseason since 1905. I think you're giving Cleveland's offense too much credit to scratch a bunch of runs together.
Scratch enough runs.
But they might only be able to do 2, and if you score 3, you win. I think they'll at the worst scrounge out 1 win. I also do think that Mize just needs to hold serve. He just needs to hold serve and get later into this game when Cleveland starts feeling it. It's a completely different approach mentally. If this game's tied like the 5th inning and the Indians are running out of outs.
And in terms
Guardians
of being able to...
I'll never get it right.
The ability to scrounge up runs, all right, through 162. Now, the Guardians did what they had to do to win the division, and the Tigers did what they had to do to lose the division. But, and I don't know when the last time somebody won a division with a negative run differential, but that is the Guardians, -6. The Tigers coming in second place in the Central, plus 67. So if you're telling me over the course of 162, which team has the ability to scrounge up runs, not just over the last 2 weeks, it's the Tigers.
And I also think the Tigers have a better chance of actually running into a home run. I think their lineup is deeper. That McKinstry moment. Fire up chips.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you act like I'm pouting when one of my own delivers the key, clutch, in-your-face moment. I was jacked up for the Tigers yesterday.
I didn't say you were pouting. I just said you were the wet blanket.
Well, you move on. There's got a game the next day. We got to talk about the next game. Right?
Yeah. So normally, when we ask coaches, all right, how long does a win last? Okay, 24 hours. Right? And I know that in baseball it's a little bit different, but you don't even get to the next morning. I bet last night you were like, yeah, they're still going to lose the series.
John, they play at 1 o'clock
Tell
today.
me you weren't. Last night, did you flip that switch last night?
There are 2 separate questions. Was I happy from the game? Yes. Was I going to change my prediction for the series? No, I wasn't, because I didn't find that to be something they're going to replicate very often.
Tigers in 2.
Okay. 248-539-9797. We have phone calls and ticket text to get to. We have other things to do on the show as well today. 8 o'clock hour. Lions tickets. We'll play Name That Lion for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Monday night game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I also have some audio from a Detroit Lion about cartoons and kids and cartoons, and I think there's a good conversation to have with parents. We'll do that top of the hour, 97.1.